All right, let's see, I did some more work on this while I was away and while I was clearing the camera. I'm going to have to be getting another one, but then I will have one I can look at for reference and one perhaps with more onboard memory. But let's see, last night, okay, I didn't do this. You saw me do it over here, but I added in more yellow and red here. So that would be probably 3 layers on here. Here again, working on this new moon up here. Venus is always very close to the new moon, and they are following the sun. Okay, here's the horizon down here somewhere. As they set behind the earth, they're both going close behind the sun. So you don't see the new moon all white up in the top of the sky. It's usually within, well, it depends. You don't see it at all when it's in the same sign, but it's, 30 to 60 degrees, within 30 to 60 degrees of the sun. So here they're Venus, and Venus is always close to the sun, and the new moon is close to the sun. Full moon is opposite the sun. So I did that. Let's see, I added some more red into this, and I fiddled around into here. I thought I could give these some shape, but I'm going to have to find another way to do it because it's going to continue rejecting the color. This one, I put quite a bit of color in. This was good fun. So I decided that this one was one of those dark clouds there that was out. And maybe there's a little bit of Virago coming down too. No, Virgo. Virago. No, Virga. That rain that drops from the clouds. This is the dark ocean, and then a sunset here and dark clouds in front of it. But behind the clouds, actually, you do see the sun. When you're in an airplane, it might be real cloudy down there, but if you're in the airplane, you see this stuff. So get you thinking. That's why we love sunsets. It reminds you that you're living on a round planet that keeps turning, and these things go by. Let's see. I don't think I added any. Oh, I did, because you can see I hit the ink. I've added a little bit of red. I may have done that while I was recording. It's the day before yesterday, I guess. And this one, I don't think I've changed at all. So there's 2 or 3 layers. But again, here I had some wispy clouds one day, and I could see more of the sky. So it's different than this one. And I just posted this one as a single. It looks pretty good on Instagram, just as a single painting. And this one here, I accidentally had green in there. So I just went ahead and put wash over it and made it into a desert landscape with clouds. The beginnings of one. Okay. So, well, I haven't washed all of this stuff up. I'm going to take a break and change the water. Oh my. So let's see here. No, I can't get it on the... I had changed the width once it started recording. Okay. You don't absolutely have to have distilled water. I just like the ceremony of it. Speaking of which, I have to do a ink grinding day. Alright, so this is taking some time. I didn't use black to do this. I used successive washes. Now, I did see it out the window and go, oh, I should put it on one of those ones that I prepared. So, I tried all of these. You remember this one from several videos ago. It was just samples of them. And these were the worst ones. And they're all fine. So, don't give up. Just keep going. Watercolor. Light to dark. Big to small. Far to near. Big to small goes for your brushes too. You don't really need a brush this size most of the time. Every once in a while you might need a little tiny something. But this is a very, very, very old Winsor Newton brush. I don't use it all that much because it's old. I just love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. We're in here. I hope this color is okay. Maybe the light meter is working. I did have this on the auto flash, which was helpful. I guess. This feels really cramped not having the wide angle on it. Alright. I guess I'll put this over here. So I am going to move to a slightly smaller brush for this next part. I got this one here. This is what I've been working with. And I'm going to delineate the moon a little. And I'm going to let it dry. I'm just going to do a tiny, tiny bit. On that, I'm going ahead to hold it like this. And I'm going to go in, stay as far away as I can. And put in what the moon looks like. Because you can still see the moon even when it's new. And then notice too, a lot of times I'm not really putting any ink on, I'm just putting more color. I already have it in my brush, and so I'm just kind of using it up and adding water. And again, so water is very important in watercolor. Otherwise, they just call it color, like crayons or anything. Kind of a dirty looking sky. It really was a pretty sky when I looked at it. Don't know if this is going to smooth it out or not. I'm not painting. I'm just moving around. I'm just moving stuff around. It's darker up there. I told you, put a lot down, it'll come up. But if you put it down layer by layer, it won't. And that is the big deal that we're working on now in the group that is going to be making 4 color harmonies using just watercolor. But you've got to be in control of your washes in order to do it. I hope it's not too difficult. Okay. Well, that looks nice just so far like that. Maybe I'm going to put some purple over it. And think there were some more things that I wanted to demonstrate. Oh, the one video that I made, just making these ones initially, that was the one that I lost. And I lost the one that I made the other day too. The same way. Using gallery, I think. I'm not sure. I got to stay in Google Photos and leave it at that. Okay, one more. All right, this one is, I'm going to replace that one that I lost because this is so important and we're not seeing it. Number one, we were talking a little bit about holding a brush. Well, a Western watercolor brush has a certain balance to it. Okay. And it's easy to slide back and work from a distance when you're working on. I'm standing, by the way, and this is a coffee table. Okay. And I usually stand when I paint. And this is a detail and I'm getting frustrated. Here's one more of the size that we're used to working this. This is a size 6. It's a sable. Winsor Newton. It's not the Series 7, which is the absolute finest. And this is a size 10. This is a very old one. But this one just automatically slides to there. So this thinner part rests in here, and just as it is thicker, but not the fattest part. It's not for holding like this. You hold it back here. And so I will back to a lot of what we see on YouTube because it takes place in a 12-inch square. We don't see a lot of this. It's like it's happening off screen. Sorry. And so people are painting. I mean, this is okay. But still, you're not really aware that I'm painting with my whole arm or my whole body, even though this is, what, 5 inches square. Anyway, water's the important part. We're going to do some controlled gradated washes, which we did not do. We just did a little tiny one. We're going to do them standing up. We're going to do some good ones, and we're going to do a bunch of them and take them farther. See the water? I don't know. Yeah, you can. I'm going to do a gradated sky wash in here. This is the super sopper. It holds a lot of water. Okay. A lot. And you want a lot because you're doing watercolor. And remember earlier I said you'll see often I'm moving my brush over and doing something. I'm not picking up more color, I'm picking up more water. So it's just a different concept, a really different concept. And the more I think about what I'm doing here, the stranger it gets. Okay, so gradated wash. I'm going to take this nice big guy here. And the mistake that I was making was getting it too blue at the very top. Because if this is our horizon down here, then, and there's some, well, if the ocean is here, then the very, very blue is way, way past here. It's going to be a light blue. Oh, good, I didn't put too much in. Now, so when we did color mixing, we were getting full intensity of these colors. Now, we want to do controlled washes. I'm brushing it a lot, but that's about all I can do. Leave it alone and come back, okay? It's not going to go anywhere. I'm taking some of the color out right now in water. Only rinsed it once. There's still some in here. I need more water. More water. And I'm going to go ahead and put my red along the bottom, because I'm going to want orange coming up, and not a whole lot of red, because I'm not making a sunset. I'm just making a regular sky background that might have clouds, it might not have clouds. Not too much. This is kind of a lot. Here we go. Oh good, we can spread it out. I'm not using the Artist's Loft on these, by the way. These are my Winsor Newton watercolors. On this nice Canson aquarelle watercolor paper. No. Looks too much like a flag. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go away, and because I don't know what I'm doing, but the water does. Let's add some more here. These are not finished skies. These are backgrounds for skies and practices in getting the right amount of water with the color that you originally pick up. And then, of course, there's the stray hairs. Okay. So this is not super, super dark here. All right, that's still a fairly light wash. What we use these mixing trays to is for getting the color out of here and putting it in here and adding water. Obviously, I'm not going, well, maybe I will, because I can mix my colors if I feel like it. Okay, here we go. I'm only going to use a little bit of this, and I guess I'll try to bring it down. And this is your standard sky wash. Okay, well, we've got some kind of atmospheric disturbance going on over here. So what am I doing? I'm water bending. I'm moving the water around. Did I put any more paint in? No. Did I put any more water in? No. Just moving around what I have here. And moving water. It might look like I'm scrubbing, but I'm not. It almost sounds like it. I'm going to pretend there's an ocean down there. Put it on later. All right, water bending. I'm going to take this out because I'm like hurrying a little bit here. I'm going to hurry up and wait though. You can't hurry watercolor. And another thing we very frequently do with watercolor is put our board on an incline, especially when we're doing a watercolor wash. Let's give it a bit of an incline here just for fun. Super Stopper is good for removing water. It's good for putting it on the paper, and it's for taking it off too. So we may have to introduce the Super Stopper to get everybody to loosen up a little bit. All right. I haven't figured out how to do this. Okay, I think you can see it. If I do it like this, put this this down here. There. Now, classic watercolor. Not quite as much water as what we put up there. And this might be such a classic watercolor that I'm not even going to have any color at the bottom. I'm only going to use the blue. And just going to see what happens there, and we're going to leave it. Oh, these are going to be doing a bit of moving around too. Okay. Well, those are better though. They are nice and light. Remember, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. And light to dark, you can always go over it. I said you can't go dark to light. You can't. Sometimes you can remove what you put down if you put down too much. Sometimes. Make some clouds this way too. Wouldn't do this, shouldn't do this with a nice sable brush. Super soft or pop would make good clouds. It's dry. Yeah. I'll make another one for running down. Let that one run down and I think stop it. There. And let all that dry. So anyway, yeah, learning how to get the right amount of water, and the other thing to do, is the light wash. 1 wash, 2 washes, 3 washes. That's how you make your colors darker or more intense, by layering. But you're trying to get a light wash. You need to let it dry. You put one, that one, and that one, and let them all dry. Go away, do something else. Work over here, right? When these are dry, then you can do the second one. But this is how you're going to be able to attain darks and lights in a monochrome and an analogous color harmony and a complementary harmony and a split complementary harmony. I know what those are. So it really is going to push you into getting a range of lights and darks with these. This is much too long, 24 minutes. I will be editing these sometime in the future. I think I can download them onto my laptop from YouTube and edit them there. I cannot do that onto my phone. That's something new I'm working on. And then you won't have these long gaps where I wander off and come back and go, oh, was I recording? Thank you for watching. And again, this is kind of a little makeup sheet in between. I think this is tagged onto another 10 minutes of something.